whole career, but especially here at Unrivaled, you see it.
Yeah, 9 assists tonight for Breeze on 18 buckets. They had just 7 assists Monday. Paige Beckers had 6 of them. As Heidemann hunts her shot, Paige Beckers the block. That's her first tonight. Leading ahead to Martin for 2.
She had a couple of those the other night, and that's her special. When she's blocking you on jump shots, she's got such great instincts defensively.
And Rivers' shot altered. Hey, we heard the studio talking about this yesterday or Monday. Hey, Paige Beckers can play defense.
Oh, yes, she can. You ask anyone she's played against. And she's so good with her verticality timing, then quick with the get-ahead. There again, Kate Martin on the leak out. That's always been, though, such an important part of her game. You want to talk about her as a cerebral player and just her understanding of the way a team works, the game works, what the opponent is trying to do, all of that. That's Paige Beckers to a T, and her feel for it, understanding, and that's why you consistently see her with those type of blocks or steals on that end of the floor.
Beckers to the bench, Jackson inserted to the lineup, break on the roll, and a foul as Billings and Heidemann collided in.
The floor quite a lot here tonight.
Cam returned to the court at the end of July in Los Angeles after the injury as she recovered from a torn ACL that was injured back in 2024. And there's a learning curve, right? I mean, I never tore an ACL, but as a former player, you know, that takes a second, right? Muscle memory to feel okay, right?
Everything. I think it's the physical part of it, but it's most often too just the mental aspect of it and the understanding of ways in which you need to get back, recover, what that feels like, the speed of everything.
Over to Ice Young.
Yeah, as someone who's torn 2 ACLs on the same knee, I've got some experience, but I think I'll say the hardest thing is, like you said, Sarah, the mental challenge. And there's a time in which you get cleared to play physically. The doctor clears you, you're allowed to play, but then mentally, do you feel like you're cleared to play? Are you 100% to make the moves you want to make, to challenge defensively? That is where I felt like it took an extra couple of months mentally. Back to you, Brendan.
Thanks, Ice. Great insight, having been there. Double team on Rivers, finds Billings. Under 90 seconds to go third quarter. When you get to the end of 3 and Unrivaled, you establish a winning score. That is done by the team leading. Right now it would be 70. You tack on 11 to the team score that is ahead. That becomes the winning score in an untimed fourth quarter. Rivers on the shovel shot. Brink stands tall, no foul. Bounce it to Martin, no look to Brink. They're playing free and breezy in Miami. 14 for Brink.
The pass, the feel, that too was just the court awareness and mapping that Kate Martin has.
Cameron Brink 5 of 7 now from the floor. Billings on 1 foot. Heidemann swing. Rivers. Hive is still without a three-pointer. 0 for 11
from 3.
Sanaya Rivers the steal. And lays it in. She's got ups. 8 for Rivers. Back to 15. It was an 18-point game at halftime with Breeze ahead. Jackson against Rivers. 2 young stars. Rivers with her 5th block. That matches Alana Smith from Monday, an Unrivaled single-game record. Can she convert on the other end? Clear screen by Billings, and that's a foul on Monique Billings setting the screen. She doesn't think she did anything wrong. The officials beg to differ.
So I'm standing there.
Cameron Brink! Oh, close. That's why they take those half-court shots and shoot around.
Well, she's had a couple sweet shots and some sweet receptions here. Kate Martin, what a pass underneath as Brink gets the finish, and Breeze get a big lead as they head into the final stanza.
Voice is simply faster, more natural, and more flexible than typing. He said he's voice pilled, and I can see why.
Back at Sephora Arena in Miami, 61-46. Noelle Quinn, your club looks pretty good tonight. What say you?
In. Let's go, get it in. Tell Kia, get it in. Action. Top block, down. And one. They're trying to ice. They're trying to ice. I got you. Yes, excellent, Kia. Excellent.
Okay, good stuff from Coach. And the winning score presented by Maker's Mark as we start the fourth quarter tonight with Breeze at 61 through 3. Tack on 11, 72 is the winning score. That means a long way to go for Hive. Citron circles the paint and draws a foul.
And when you are facing such a big deficit like this in this final frame, the last thing you need to worry about is how big it looks right now. Just systematically, possession by possession, try and chip away at it.
Sonia Citron to the line for the first time tonight. 87% this past year in Washington, makes it 61-48. A good start to the quarter is huge for the team trailing in the fourth, which is commercial-free, the fourth quarter.
Well, you already see the Hive trying to quicken things up, put some pressure on.
Fourth quarter is commercial-free, brought to you by our friends over at AT&T. Jackson works it, changes speeds, and rebounded by Magbagor. As Magbagor attacks Malonga high off glass and in. Okay, High, down to 11. Beckers, midi, true.
There's someone that's going to calm things down, be composed, get a solid shot. Beckers is that.
Every member of the Breeze who's played is in double figures, Ice. Their balance has been fairly special, especially Paige Beckers.
Yeah, and Paige starting off with a paint touch, getting to the paint and then pulling up at the logo. In that last timeout, she was the first voice I heard over there as Malunga scores. She said, guys, we can't settle for threes. We need paint touches and we have to finish strong, Sarah.
Hey, notice Noelle Quinn mentioned Ice in her mic'd up segment. It was good stuff. It was almost a sign to go over to Ice.
It was. She might have been talking about the coverage on the ball screens, however, I like it.
That too.
And I like the paint touches by Paige Beckers. Ice, as you were talking about it. Beckers understands that more than anyone, especially when you're trying to just continue to find a way to get to this winning score. Beckers does such a nice job with her patience, her poise, and how she's able to pick apart in defense. You see it right there on the move. And Magbagor has got to respect the fact that she's got Malonga behind her. But as soon as Paige turns the corner there and beats Citron, there's not a whole lot that you can do. And yeah, Cameron Brink, she likes that as well. Do a little skip on her own.
Incredible chemistry for just a couple of weeks. Now, of course, we had training camp in the mid part of December and then coming back from the break. And it's a group that's played with a chip on its shoulder. When we talked to the squad this morning, Coach Noelle Quinn, the entire supporting coaching staff, when that ball gets tipped, they don't care about age, as Paige told the studio crew after the game Monday.
They got a lot of #1 overall picks, top 5 picks on this team. They are littered with star power. So by age, they may be young. They're not young in their basketball experience. And
there it is, folks. That's great work by our crew.
We all these things. Excellent work by our crew. Absolute best.
I think everybody in the building can relate to that sign, right? That all keeps us young. Sanaya Rivers.
And also you have a lot of players that have a lot of 3-on-3 experience overall, especially with the national team.
Oh, Sanaya Rivers with a new unrivaled record, 6 blocked shots in a game.
That is her calling card. What she could do on the defensive end, her wingspan, her length, the timing she has on those blocks.
Shot clock still a factor despite no time. Malonga with a pretty touch off the window.
And how do you like that footwork? Those are the things that make her special as well.
Next trip down a 3 or an M1 could win it for Breeze. Mitchell tight ropes the baseline. That's a blow by. Leaned right into it. And Breeze turns it over right away. So Hive basketball. Side out into Citron. Rivers, and Citron takes a step beyond the line off the heel. Lob pass to Malonga. Fumbled it out of bounds. Tough catch.
And for the first time, the 12th turnover here by Breeze. Pace probably could have even tossed up a little bit higher. It fell short and allowed Citron to get a hand on that.
It's a massive weekend for Unrivaled. Season 2's first loaded weekend. We start our coverage at 7:30 Eastern tomorrow night on True TV. Lunar Owls and Phantom both in search of their first wins.
Heutzutage werden wir mit Betrugsversuchen bombardiert. Es ist schwer zu sagen, was echt ist. Betrüger wollen, dass du zweifelst. Bis du in der Falle
Laces put on a very solid display defensively in their first game against Vinyl and missed. We talked about their balance, a ton of talent on that squad.
Yeah, Mets were impressive in how they came out. And I do think you look at some veteran-laden crews, some new faces on different teams, but you have players that are very familiar with the format, with the style, and what's expected here out of the gates.
Again, 7:30 Eastern on True TV. A new wrinkle to Unrivaled. We added 2 clubs in Hive and Breeze. That means we added a game night. So we're going 4 nights a weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Love it.
So you know where to be.
Give us some more of it. Yeah.
To spend your weekend nights and your week nights. Gotta love the compete of Hive. It's a long season. I can't help but remind folks that might be new to the league, hey, Rose, the champions, they were 1-4 last year. And they turned it around. We got a long way to go. Rivers fakes the handoff, dashes to the bucket, lays it in.
Really nice play call out of the timeout.
Everyone for Breeze has contributed tonight. Let's see who they go to. It's Jackson. Layup doesn't go. 3 more points needed to hit the winning score. Rivers, another rim drive. Breeze has numbers. Malonga runs the floor. Becker's the follow as Malonga nearly brought the roof down.
I was going to say, she was ready to throw that through on the jam.
Now Breeze just 1 point away. Citron, kick it. Rivers, 3 balls short. A bucket here wins it for Breeze. Rakia Jackson had a game winner the other night. Beckers wants a turn, no. Rebound Jackson. Shot clock down to 8. Feed to Malonga, stolen by Citron. Splits 2 defenders. Citron banks it in.
Give a lot of credit to this Hive team. They have not quit. They're playing really tenacious. Feels like they're starting to finally get it together here towards the stretch.
Beckers has that look in her eye. Feeds Malonga, elbow J, strong. I think Breeze is feeling it now. Lob to Beckers on the block. Beckers blocked by Rivers. Another one. Malonga, no.
Where has this defense been all game?
Citron on the run out. Timeout Noel Quinn. Hive is now 10 away from the winning score.
This has been some extraordinary defense by the Hive in understanding what these moments mean and staving off the feed. The blocks, the pressure, the contests, they've been very connected. You look even the block out there by Kelsey Mitchell, all of these things have allowed them to get out and run a little bit more here on the offensive side. They've had some better transition looks. They continue to fight, and I know it's an uphill battle, but overall, possession by possession, they've done a really nice job. And part of this too, yes, it's for tonight, but it's also the building blocks for a team that has new players. They've talked about their adjustment, acclimation not only to Unrivaled, but also to one another. So this type of momentum, these type of stretches, this matters both in the small moments, but also the big picture.
Citron is up to 16 points to lead Hive, and officially Sanaya Rivers has 6 block shots now. This is the buy-in. Coach Wakama has preached so much potential for both of these new clubs to Unrivaled in Season 2. Who does Breeze turn to finally put it away? Or does Hive extend this basketball game? Jackson to trigger it inside out. A bucket for Breeze wins the game. Jackson comes over. Becker's on an island against Citron. Drive, pull up. Paige Becker's bucket to bring Breeze to victory. And now at 2-0, they have a date with the 2-0 reigning champion Rose on Sunday.
Woo-wee! Get ready for that matchup, because we have a couple teams that have been clicking on all cylinders to begin with, and especially this youthful group led by Paige Becker. Stop, pop, get into her spot. Breeze had to work for it here down this final run, but they put together quite a performance once again. Very complete contributions, top to bottom, from everyone.
Every one of their 5 players scored tonight. The new kids on the block aren't afraid of anybody. That concludes our coverage at Sephora Arena here in Miami. For Ice, Sarah, Brendan Glasheen, Unrivaled.